Okay, he's married.
I tricked you and you kissed me.
I didn't, he kissed me.
Hi, I'm Mirko.
Hey, I'm Taz. He's from Venezuela.
Oh, yes.
And I'm from the UK.
And we are on a long-distance relationship.
We've been together for about 2.5 years now, coming up to 3 years.
Yay!
We met on a bus in Iceland, going to see the Northern Lights. Mirko got onto a bus I've been on all day. So he got on the bus, and I looked at him and I thought, oh, he looks nice. And then this girl walked on with him, and I was like, okay, he's married. I'm not that kind of person. Forget about it. Just moved on. He came onto the bus with his sister.
And I remember looking at her profile. It was very dark, so I could be wrong.
Thanks.
And I remember doing like this to my sister, who was sitting next to me and saying like, she's cute.
And then as the night went on and it started getting darker, he had his camera with him and he was recording stuff. And I just wanted to see how he was recording the Northern Lights. And he was just kind of looking at me and I was like, oh, sorry, I was just being a little bit nosy. And then his sister came over, or what I thought was his girlfriend at the time. And I kind of like backed away and was a little bit like, oh, I don't want her to think that I'm doing anything untoward. So I like left. And then the tour guide was asking everyone to have all these like group couple photos and everything. So all these couples were coming together and having their photos. And he was like, okay, and now kiss. And he did it with all these people, and I was on my own, so obviously I wasn't involved in this. But he did it with Mirko and his sister, and they weren't doing anything. And then the guy was like, kiss. And then Mirko went, we're brother and sister, which is how I realised, oh, they're not together. Interesting. Then when they got back on the bus, he came over to me and he was like, are you from the UK?
I didn't say it with that voice.
Yes, you did. You literally said it like that. That's how I remember it.
I did have a little bit of a crispy voice.
Crispy voice. Croaky voice.
Yes. I was coming from a very rough flu.
Sigo todavía sin prácticamente nada de voz. Estoy muy afónico.
I mean, I didn't realise it was croaky at the time. He just sounded like a deep voice, a raspy voice that was like, are you from the UK? So I was like, yeah, I'm from the UK. What about you? And then he was like, no, I'm from Spain. My sister lived in the UK. And then we kind of just got to chatting. She told me where she was from and where she's now living. And then said that he was in Barcelona.
I wasn't much of a talker that night, I feel. I don't remember saying anything to you, actually.
No, that was it. That was
all.
probably the only thing that you said to me was, are you from the UK?
But I work as a tour guide in Barcelona, and she said that she was planning on going with her family. And my sister stepped up and said, you should take his number. He's a tour guide.
His Instagram.
And you did. And then something happened that up until this day, almost 3 years later, she still doesn't believe me, but I solemnly swear this is the truth.
You tell me if you think this is a pickup line. Go on.
I swear it wasn't. I swear.
Sure. How many times is he swearing?
After the tour finished, the driver, which happened to be the tour guide at the same time, he was dropping people off at their hotels. Me and my sister were the last ones because we were in a farther hotel, not in city center. You were before us.
I was probably the first.
I looked there where she was sitting and I see a credit or a debit card just on the floor. And I pick it up and I honestly thought it was your credit card. So I was thinking like I would message you and let you know that this is your credit card, you left it behind. I messaged her saying, hey, I don't know if you remember me from the bus, but I think you left your credit card behind. And that's when you said that it wasn't your credit card. Up until today, she still doesn't believe the credit card story.
I'm not convinced. I mean, it's the perfect opportunity for a chat-up line, isn't it?
But it wasn't.
Very coincidental. Yeah, I didn't expect you to follow me either. You weren't following many people on Instagram. You had quite a few followers.
Yeah.
So I just thought I wasn't really going to follow you. But then I thought that by the time I was coming to Barcelona, I probably would have forgotten what his name was. So I was like, maybe I should follow him just for that reason.
So what I remember, after I messaged her, she was very friendly, very approachable. She was very easy to talk to. But I was thinking that she was maybe more friendly than a usual person would be. I kind of started seeing the conversation like it could go farther ahead. And during the time that we spent in Iceland, we were basically messaging each other. What are you doing today? What are you up to? So I came back to Spain. You went back to the UK. But somehow we just kept messaging each other. And like after 2 weeks later, I was thinking that there could be something there. And I remember writing her, I know this is gonna sound strange, but would you like maybe to see each other again? And I was thinking that that was going to take her by surprise, but actually you told me later that you knew that I was going to.
I had a feeling, yeah, because we were talking quite a lot. And I mean, it was more frequent than what friends would typically talk. So I think there was a natural attraction on both sides. I think I just kind of thought, well, why didn't I just go for it? What am I afraid of? And because of the way the conversation was going, I was kind of inclined to think that he might have asked me to go on a trip with him somewhere. And he did. And he was like, oh, this might be a little bit crazy, but how would you feel about maybe meeting me somewhere in a different country and we'll go on a date. And I was like, I love that idea.
Because I suppose that it would have been too weird for me after just seeing you one time to go to your place.
Yes.
Or for you to come to my place.
And I thought that was the safest option as well, rather than going to a complete stranger's house in a whole different country.
Yeah.
Let's meet in a separate country together where I can like scope you out first.
Were you scared of meeting me?
I think in a way, like I had to be a bit precautious because, yeah, I was trying to like see the romantic side of things and like the best case scenario, but you do hear horror stories and as a woman, you have to protect yourself. So I think I was kind of like trying to be a bit more cautious.
Did you say to anyone, hey,
No.
I'm meeting with this guy?
No.
No one?
No. And that's the thing. No one else knew. My sister dropped me off at the airport, but they all thought I was just going on another solo travel trip. So I had to be like really cautious. But I told him that everyone knew. So I was like, all my friends and family know where I am. I've given them my address. Yeah, I've given you my address. I've given them your names. But in reality, they didn't actually know. So that was kind of stupid on my part.
I was always thinking that you said it to a friend at least.
Yeah, I told you that. I told you I told people.
But you didn't tell anyone.
No. I just told you that as like a precaution.
Such a liar. Okay, so we met the first time in Ireland. Just for the record, I'm freaking nervous. You should be appearing from that door at any second now. We spent there like a weekend.
Yeah, long weekend.
2.5 days, 3 days. You came back to your place, I came back to mine, and we just continued speaking. And then we were going to meet for a second time, and we did.
Yeah.
Which was in Malaga, in
Yes.
Spain. We were always choosing places that were cheap for both of us. Because remember, I had, and I still have, to travel from Barcelona, and she had to travel from Cardiff. So we have to find a place that is affordable for both of us and that we can find similar flying times, so everything fits. So we met in Malaga. I didn't feel like it went great in Malaga.
It didn't.
I was probably too pushy. I wouldn't say I was desperate.
No, but he was much more intense
I was
than
needy.
what I was.
I acted a little bit needy.
Yeah, I think he was in a different stage to what I was at, and it kind of like just pushed me away a little bit, made me feel a little bit weary. And the more he tried to fix that, the worse it got for me.
I think that I was seeing a relationship from the beginning.
Whereas
but-
I wasn't entirely sure.
So after Malaga, she said at the airport, I'll see you soon. But that for me didn't sound honest. But there was, but actually almost wasn't.
We arranged to go to Ibiza together because neither of us had been and thought, yeah, it would be a nice way to do this. But I was still kind of a little bit weary after the whole thing that happened in Malaga. I just wasn't entirely sure. And I thought, well, this third time will give me the opportunity to actually see. But the conversations that we were having over text in the lead up to Ibiza weren't exactly great, were they? There was like kind of like a bit of like hostility between us. He even said to me at one point, because he hadn't messaged me all day, that he was so busy he had no time to check his phone to respond to me. And I was like, wow, okay, this is how it's gonna go. And then we kind of agreed, well,
I was busy.
sure, yeah, but he wasn't busy in the 3 months up until that. It was every day was fine until we came back from Malaga, and then it was kind of a little bit off. Yeah, we still agreed to go together, and then in the coming days, just before it happened, you decided to say you didn't think that we should go together, which left me without accommodation. So I then had to find last minute accommodations, which was really, really stressful.
So I felt like you were spacing out your replying.
Yeah, I was.
You would still be replying on my messages, but it wasn't like at the beginning.
No.
And I felt like, okay, she's just gonna hurt my feelings. I better step out of this now before it's too late. And I said to her that I was feeling that way and that I thought that we just shouldn't meet. I wasn't going to give up on my trip. I was still going to go to Ibiza. And so were you.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually went separate ways. I rented a car, which we were supposed to use to drive around the island together. But since I arrived earlier to the airport and we were not really thinking of meeting, I just went my way and she went her way.
And I walked 4 hours from the airport to my new accommodation.
That's because
He left me.
That's because you are cheap and you didn't want to pay for a bus.
In my defense, I thought I was having a car at first, and then I got left with no accommodation and no car. So yeah, I probably could have got a bus, but it was principle. I decided to walk.
So I remember like
We
this.
were still chatting.
We were still chatting, but all of a sudden you were friendly again. And you were messaging me like, hey, what are you up to? Where are you now? Have you arrived? What are you doing now? And it just felt wrong not meeting already.
Yeah.
And we did. So we decided that we were going to see each other because it was stupid to be in the same island and just not to see what happened. And for me, it just felt like we never had that conversation of let's not meet.
Yeah.
Everything was normal.
I think things changed after that. I think when he kind of backed off a little bit and we got back to having like more normal conversations where it didn't feel like, oh, let's push forward with a relationship, it kind of like relaxed things a little bit more.
And then we went in this beach and you kissed me.
I didn't, he kissed me. We were in Formentera and we were in the water and you just leaned in and kissed me, but he is convinced that I kissed him. And I will make it known very clearly now, I never make the first move.
You don't?
No. I mean, maybe now that we're together, but at the first time, no. No.
Can you give me a kiss?
No.
That's just for the video because you would normally do it. So everything went okay, but at some moment I was still convinced that we should have a relationship. So after like 2 days, I said to you...
2 days. Let's just remind 2 days.
I said to her, well, I know that you don't want to be in a relationship. You don't have to say that officially you are in a relationship. But what if we say that from today, we are together, even if you're not my girlfriend and I'm not your boyfriend, we're just together.
And I was like, no. And then he was like, well, why don't we just have it as like a special day that we can celebrate and remember? And I was like, sure.
And we are together ever since.
Yeah.
I tricked you.
Well, technically we weren't together, and I still say that we weren't together.
What?
Well, we weren't. You
What?
hadn't asked me.
When
So we
is-
technically have 2 days that we now celebrate.
When is our anniversary?
It depends on who you ask.
If I ask you?
August.
What?
And if I ask you,
April.
see. But he didn't ask me until August, officially.
There was no need to ask. You just knew.
It went without saying.
So it's April.
August.
Unfortunately, we still don't live together. And for us, the only way to see each other is either me going to her, she coming to me, or we both meet somewhere else and just travel the world.
And I think we do enjoy that. We really do enjoy just exploring and seeing what the world has to offer and capturing and remembering these sorts of things. So one thing that Mirko has done for me since we have started traveling is he's made lovely little videos for me just to like remember our times together. And he has his own YouTube channel which is in Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish, so I can't really get involved in that. So in some ways he gets to capture those memories, but we don't necessarily get to capture them together. So we wanted to create these videos to remind ourselves and have these memories of our journeys together and share them with other people to show you that it is possible to have a long distance relationship and for it to succeed, because we are living proof of that right now.
Ideally, of course, yes, we would like to be living together. We are working towards that objective, but it's not so simple and it takes time. So in the meantime, we are embracing our relationship as it is and hopefully get to share all of this journey with you. So what else do we have to say? We spoke about how we met. Where are we now?
But currently,
Yeah, actually we are not in Spain, we are not in the UK, we are
I
in...
actually forgot where we were then. We're in Bulgaria.
We're meeting here for 4 days and then we meet again 2 weeks after, and we're gonna be traveling for 5 weeks.
Yay!
If you feel like you identify with our content and you would like to know more about us and live together with us our experiences and learn from it, this is the moment to start following us and maybe liking this video. I suppose thank you for watching and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.
Mwah.